That look and you know people have bad news to tell you. I guess they had to cut this trip short. Really, nigga? Man, if you don't get your camera... Bruh, get out of here, man. Shit. That's a spear in his chest.
Get down, get down. Wait.
Oh my god. Who? My skin. Do not show that on the screen again, please. Is it what happened to her? Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Mad Men, man. Season 5 going strong. I think I got like 3 more episodes left in this season to watch. I am looking forward to it. If you guys want to see more episodes of Mad Men, go check it out on Patreon. Pretty sure by the time you guys are seeing this over on YouTube, I'm going to be close to the end or even done already. So make sure you go check it out. Anyways, guys, let's jump into the episode, and I will see you guys right after for the review.
So I don't know what the Jaguar executives will say, but I got dealerships and I carry 3 other foreign cars. So, frankly, creative has to be pretty spectacular.
Well, then we have nothing to worry about.
Oh, it's a red-hot number. I'm excited about that. But I'm a hard man to please.
We're open to anything your heart desires.
The other day when we were all touring your offices, our guide was a dynamite redhead. I sure would like the opportunity to get to know her better.
Well, a lot of guys would, but, you know,
She's a very interesting girl.
She's one of these free spirits, you know, open to ideas.
What kind of ideas are you talking about?
I think I know some.
I like that, redhead, and I think she and I would both welcome the opportunity to spend a night together.
You could ask her out. It wouldn't be a conflict.
No, I'm kind of shy. All I'm saying is if it happens, it would make me happy. No guarantees in life, right?
Okay, you just put a gun to my head and told me to get you a date. Yes, it was.
Why didn't you just let me tell him she was married?
Because so is he. And he already knows that.
Well, we wanted to be in the car business.
Yeah, but this is not worth it, though. 2 big-ass
You're
buttons.
here early. What can I do for you?
Nothing. I got some bad news last night, and I was hoping you'd help me deliver it.
Jesus Christ,
We were having dinner with Herb Rennett.
I don't remember any of them.
Basically pledged he wasn't going to back us. Turns out he wanted something we're not prepared to give.
What does he want?
You.
I feel like I shouldn't even bring this up. In fact, I don't know how to bring this up, but it involves you and, well, Herb.
How did that come up?
He was crazy about you, and then he just asked. Right before we put him in a cab, he said it again. It's quite conditional. A night with you or no vote.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
If you can think of some way to break the news to the company that we're out of this.
Why are you putting the pressure on just... Exactly.
How would you feel if someone asked Trudy?
I didn't bring this up. He did. I appreciate...
Stop being coy.
It just seems to me that there's something that could be worth the sacrifice. We're talking about a night in your life. We've all had nights in our lives where we've made mistakes for free.
Talking about prostitution.
Exactly.
I'm talking about business at a very high level. You
This
consider
man.
Cleopatra a prostitute?
Yes. Cleopatra was the biggest hoe. What are you talking about, dude? Cleopatra is known. Yes, she was a queen, but she slept with everybody. Literally. She was a hoe. She may not be a prostitute because she wasn't doing it for money. But she was a hoe, dude. It's called a spade a spade. That's what Cleopatra is known for. She's also known for how beautiful she was. But she was sleeping around with pretty much anybody she wants to sleep with because she was a queen.
I don't think you could afford it.
This was an act of desperation. I hope I haven't insulted you. That's
You
all that
kinda
matters to me.
did.
I understand.
The
Herb
woman
Rennett has
on the
demanded to
horse.
spend a night with Joan. And I don't mean dinner and dancing.
He just came right out and said that?
I hope you told him to take a long walk.
But all he has to do is say he can't sell cars with our campaign. Neither marketing nor the factory will fight him. So I brought up the subject with Joan.
You what?
She seemed more amused than shocked. We brought her the right amount.
Thought you'd have us in here for coffee and talk about this?
Problem if she's amenable. She said we couldn't afford it.
She has a husband in Vietnam and a baby at home. And the work will be good enough to win on its own.
It's a guarantee we won't get it if we don't.
Have some nerve to even ask her.
That's right. And you should be thanking me because we've come too far and are too close to turning this place into what it should be. Now we're going to walk away? Over what?
He's one guy and we can win it without him. End of discussion.
Amen.
Speaking
That was
of one guy. How does everyone else feel?
This
I'd love
guy.
to approach her with, say, a 10% finder's fee on the first year's commission. That's $50,000, a flattering amount which begs no negotiation.
I'm not going to stand in the way, but I'm not paying for it.
Not even with our Christmas bonuses?
again with the
Jaguar
Christmas
wasn't meant
bonuses.
to be, I say we take our bonuses and move on. This is a car. You cannot put a dollar figure on its significance.
Extend our credit line. Say it's for Jaguar.
Why don't I look into it to see what we can afford?
We're 75% of this company. There's no need to create a conspiracy by having a vote, is there?
This is some very dirty business.
Exactly.
Let her know she can still say no.
This is so wrong on so many levels. Should punch him in the face again. the nerve of bringing that up to
You know
her
what?
in the
I'm not
first
doing this
place.
mistress thing.
What can I do for you?
May I? Signing Jaguar would be disastrous for the financial health of this company.
You have to stop being afraid. It would be a defining moment for our business.
We don't want it that badly.
All right, get out. Now get out.
Well, I'm sorry that there was a discussion. When a company is planning on spending $50,000,
You're all in there talking about it?
well, why does it matter if you've no intention of action?
I don't want them to know I was asked. Roger Sterling participated in this discussion.
He's a partner.
If you're against it, why'd you tell me that number? Sounds like a joke.
That may be enough money to turn your head, and I wanted a chance to discourage you.
It is a lot of money, Lane. It's 4 times what I make in a year. Suppose you wouldn't even be tempted.
If I were, I would try to avoid the mistake that I've made my entire life. Every time someone's asked me what I wanted, I've never told them the truth.
And what would you want?
3 years ago, essential to the future of this firm, I settled for much less than I needed. Cash would only cripple the company and would do very little to change your future. A partnership, a 5% stake in the company itself, could take care of a woman and a child for a lifetime.
Here, I thought you were trying to stop this because you have feelings for me.
Why, I'm looking out for your interests over the company's.
Nigga, they don't get it, do they? They really don't get it. I get where he's coming from, but this shouldn't even be a discussion. That's the thing. It shouldn't even be a discussion. It's just like, if we gotta take a L, we gotta take a L here.
It's 8. Where were you? What are you doing? Drying up inside? Greg? I hate him. Have you been drinking? Sit down.
Please, come in.
That is a problem.
Tell them I want a partnership comprising 5% of the business.
Well,
There's no negotiation. I want documents by the end of the day. Well, I'm not guaranteeing results.
I don't think he'll have trouble performing. He's quite ardent.
I meant winning the business.
What if she does this and they still don't get the account?
The presentation's tomorrow is
So I just call him and have him call you?
probably not. Figure something out. Do I have to do all of it?
You wanted to shake on it?
All I wanted to say was we've removed all other impediments. It's the creative that's going to win this.
Close the door.
It was 4-0. You abstained in absentia. The conversation doesn't end just because you leave the room. A 5% stake as a voting partner.
Dawn, could you buzz Mrs. Harris? Actually, Dawn, could you get my things?
Yes. You should be well rested.
I don't want it like this.
It was her idea.
Hello, I'm Don Draper. I work with Joan. Is she in?
No,
Yes, of course. Please come in.
See, the thing about it is this, like, this should have never been presented to Joan in the first place. And that's where Don is coming from. It's like, dude, it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's just so, there's just certain things that are just so immoral that even if the person is willing to do it, you're like, and he just don't have no feelings about it. He's just so ew. Pete. God.
Well, I will leave you two alone.
I'm really sorry to bother you. I wanted to tell you it's not worth it. And if we don't get Jaguar, so what? Who wants to be in business with people like that?
Sometimes you gotta draw a line somewhere.
I was told everyone was on board.
I
He
said
wasn't
no,
in the
and they
room.
voted when I left the room.
You're a good one, aren't you?
Well,
You
he
understand what
at
I'm
least
saying?
tries to be better.
Yes, I do. I'm all right.
So you have a nice night, and I'm gonna go prepare.
I think she's probably still gonna do it.
I must get tired of hearing what a beautiful thing this car is. We have a natural longing for this other thing.
Oh, I got you a little something.
I am so not
You
on
thought a
board.
woman with your-
I mean, Joan could probably play this to, marry this guy. Probably. I don't. He's already married. I forgot. So she can't even play it like that. I don't know, man. You could help. Damn, man, they turn my girl into a. I don't like this at all, bro.
The shiny painted curves of this car. No effort to stop his eye. The difference is he can have a Jaguar.
You're a hell of a gal.
She looks mortified, dude.
What price would we pay? What behavior would we forgive? If they were beyond our reach, a lot of our control. Would we love them like we do? Jaguar, at last, something beautiful you can truly own.
What?
Mr. Draper's here to see you.
Why'd you tell him I was here?
He's your boss. You should see him.
Oh, this was after. So this is after she did it, bro. She already did it when he came by. Oh, come on.
It's just stepping into the
Yo,
shower. How
she
can I help you?
already did it, bro. She had already done it. I thought she was going to see him like right after Don left, but it was before. Did they get it?
How'd it go?
Or
See, it was one of his good ones.
it's like freaking dead in the eyes, man. What if they don't get the account, man? Nobody wants to see Megan. Megan, go sit your ass down somewhere.
Darcy's out.
Hell yes.
Get the partners in my office and wait for further instructions. I want all the partners here.
You can't leave him on hold. Where's Pete? Just answer it.
Hello, Hugh. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
There
we like
he
him
is.
too. Well, that is terrific news.
Bravo.
Okay. They got it, so at least it wasn't the. I don't even know what to call this. I'm so conflicted.
Joan,
That would be a good time to
Shall we
tell him
address
that
the
you
man?
used your bonus. You forged Don's signature. Don is gonna be mad as fuck. But hey, I don't know how to feel about the situation because she cool with it. She did it.
Congratulations.
You wanted to talk to me?
You really have no idea when things are good, do you?
She's gonna have to tell him that she's leaving. I don't want Peggy to leave. Just say it, Peggy.
I want you to know that the day you saw something in me, my whole life changed. And since then, it's been my privilege to not only be at your side, but to be treated like a protege and for you to be my mentor. I think I've reached a point where it's time for me to have a new experience. I'm giving my notice. I've accepted another offer.
Are you done?
I'm giving the customary 2 weeks.
It's been crazy around here, and I know I've been taking you for granted, and frankly, I'm impressed. You finally picked the right moment to ask for a raise.
It's time for me to move on. I'm serious. It wasn't easy.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't. Well, good for you. Where are you going?
Cutler, Gleason, and Shaw.
Let's pretend I'm not responsible for every single good thing that's ever happened to you. You tell me the number, or make one up.
There's no number.
There's no number? How long do you want to play this out?
Sorry, but you know this is what you would do.
You don't need to wait until the 3rd. A room full of freelancers out there. I'll get by.
I don't like this either. Make me want to cry a little bit.
Don't be a stranger.
This is episode 1, man. Fuck, dude. I get it though, you know what I mean? Is this her last time on the show? She not gonna say goodbye to anybody else? You just Just Don? It is what it is. It is what it is. People move on with their lives. It's always a tough choice. You know, leaving one job to go to another one that's going to pay you better. Especially if you've been with that last one a long time. It's always well, I wouldn't say it's always a tough choice. It depends on what your relationship is with the people that that you were with. It always depends on that, because if it was a contentious relationship and you were just doing what you need to do just to get by on a daily basis, and you weren't being appreciated and stuff like that, I think I do believe in those circumstances a lot of times people are happy to leave. If you're gonna make more money, I've done it. It's a tough situation. Nevertheless, it's even worse when you're talking about a relationship like Don and Peggy, which you guys know from the history of watching my reactions to this show. You know that I wanted them to be together, but Megan just walls right in with her freeness, and messed that up. Yeah, and I don't know if this was their last episode on the show. Like, I don't know. Hopefully it's not. To be honest, hopefully it's not. I still want to see her around. I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, as I said, we're talking about from episode 1 of Mad Men. Peggy has been around, so maybe this is just their way of segueing her out of the show. I'm definitely going to miss her as a character because I love their character. She's one of my favorite, top 5 for sure, characters in the show, because I have to, analyze her behavior and seeing the things that she's done. And sometimes, as I said, sometimes people got to move on. It's always a sad thing, but you can tell that. I think if Don had said to her, I think if Don wanted to marry Peggy, like, Peggy would be up for it in a heartbeat, like, no doubt about it. She enjoys working with him. It's just when you look at all the stuff that Don has done to Peggy, though, like, you can totally understand why she wants to leave. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they have this great relationship, Joe, behind it all, because Don is always trying to push her to be better. The reason why she's in this position where she can negotiate, go into another firm and all of this other stuff is because of Don. Don put her in that position, took her off the secretary desk and be like, yo, you got talent. Come do this, come do copyright, right? So she did the right thing. She thanked him for that. Good stuff, man. This was great. The whole thing that happened with Joan, I don't want to talk too much on this because, as I said, my morals, and this is not to, because anytime you start talking about stuff like this, people think you're trying to virtue signal and all this other stuff. People use that term too loosely these days because you can't talk about the good stuff that you do. For some stupid reason, it's like anytime you start talking about, your morality and how good of a person that you are, people tend to think that is virtue signaling. It's really not in all cases. It is, right? I tell these things because I'm reacting to the show. I give you guys examples of things that I've done in my life. Okay, it's not virtue signal. So my morality wouldn't even allow me to even present that to Joan. I would take the L. I would rather take the L than to bring that up to a woman. That is so insulting, to tell somebody to offer up their bits, their parts, their body for monetary gain. That's the reason why today when I see OnlyFans girls on podcasts talking all types of bull crap, talking about, oh, it's freeing, it's not as bad as, you know, the regular porn industry, it's not as bad, oh, you have control over your content, you don't really have to even, you know, do anything explicit, and all of this other stuff. Now mind you, I'm not telling you to stop doing what you're doing, but accept the fact that there are consequences to your actions. Don't think that any man is just gonna want to be with you now. The man that you want is gonna be with you. Because if that man has any type of standards at all, he's not gonna want you if he knows that you do OnlyFans or porn. Point blank, period. That's why you see so many different porn stars coming out nowadays talking about, I can't find no man, my father disowned me, and nobody wants to date me, and all of this other stuff. Why do you think that is? I mean, you expect me to feel sorry for you? You were an adult, you made a decision. You made a ton of money, and now you want to cry wolf? Please, stop it. But that's why I have so much disdain for those people. I don't hate them. I just hate the victim mentality when you chose to do what you do. The whole idea, when Pete brought it up to Joan, I'm like, yo, did you really just like you really go present it to her and make it seem like, oh, you're just trying to save the company and all of this other stuff. Like, it was just so mean-spirited. It made me hate Pete even more than I already do. I don't like him. Because he does these things. I'm telling you, if I was in that room and heard that he did that, I'm punching him in the face. No excuses for something like that. I'm punching you in the face, bro. You literally have no morals. And you would sell yourself to the highest bidder if it comes down to it. Why don't you prop your butt up and let him have his way with you? Why don't you do that? Huh? I bet if you was interested in dudes, you still wouldn't suggest yourself. Right? You would not suggest yourself. If you was interested, what if he had sat there and be like, you're only getting this account if I get one night with you, Pete? What would you do? Since this is so important for the company to get this account, what if it was you? That's all I'm gonna say about that. That was so out of place. So out of place. So out of order, man. But they got the account in the end at the cost of Joan, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. And stuff like that, you just don't come out of that stuff unscathed because it's not something she wanted to do. But she gained something from it. You know, make sure that her kid is okay. She give 5% stake in the company. So, you know, that's why I said I don't know how to feel, because she went through with it. She had a choice, and she still went through with it. So it's not something that she shouldn't have done it. I don't like that she did it, but it's fine. It's fine. Yes, this was a great episode, man. Loved it. Overall, for, you know, what they portrayed in this episode. I'm glad that Don wasn't on board with it at all, and he realized, and that's why he wasn't okay after, because he realized she had already done it, and he doesn't feel like celebrating because he knows that's why he got the account. You know what I'm saying? He knows that that's why he got the account. It wasn't because of the rousing speech and the slogan that he gave them. It was because Joan slept with the dude. So that's why he didn't feel like celebrating. And then getting the bad news of losing one of his best copywriters that he has. On top of that, so what now? With 2 episodes left in the rest of the season, I don't even know what to say. I'm a little bit upset about this entire thing. I'm really upset. And Pete, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Don started treating Pete like he's a scab. I mean, then again, he's the only one bringing in accounts right now too. So it's weird. But in any case, man, this was great. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this episode, man. This one really, like, you know, I almost teared up in that scene with Peggy and Don, because I felt like she was saying goodbye to me. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like she was saying goodbye to me. As I said, man, she's coming from episode 1. If this was her last episode on the show, you know, it's cool. I understand why she has to move on. Maybe better things on the horizon for her in Hollywood, whatever the situation is. I don't know. I don't know if she's in other episodes. I don't know if she's going to continue to be on the show. I don't know if she's going to come back. I'm just speaking from the heart of how I feel right now at the end of this episode. But I felt like she was leaving me, man. That's how much I love her character. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Leave a like, leave a comment. Catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.